guys, so Scott and I don't appear on camera too much together, but we thought in honor of 2012 ending, drawing to a close, we would have a little couch talk on the top headlines of 2012 and in tech. And what should we start with? How about the Facebook IPO? That was a big deal.
Yeah, that was a big deal. Facebook went public back in May, and everyone was making a big deal, like, oh, this is going to change the industry. All these other small social media companies are going to come up and go public. And how much are they going to go public at? And they decided, like, oh, we'll go public at 38. And everyone's like, oh man, this is going to be like Google all over again. It's going to be worth hundreds of dollars. Get in now. And then at the close of the first day, it was only 17 cents or so up from 38.
Right, and within a few weeks it dropped significantly.
Yes.
It's since recovered a little bit, but there have been a lot of questions of whose fault it was. Did they price it too high? Did the company who managed the IPO price it too high? So there was a lot of...
Did Groupon screw it up with their...
Was it somehow Groupon's fault? Yeah. So it's recovered since then.
Yes.
It's, I think, at 27 now?
Something like that. It's better than 17.
Right. But so we'll see. Maybe eventually they'll
bounce back.
But yet to be seen. But it had some pretty significant implications in the industry. So it was a big deal.
Yeah.
It was also a big year for Apple.
Yes, huge year for Apple.
Yeah, in I believe August, they became the most valuable company ever in terms of their stock price. Which,
take that, Exxon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop dumping oil on birds.
But at one point it went above $700 per share, so that was a really big deal. And they also released a bunch of new products like the iPad Mini. They were also in the news a lot for trying to file a crap load of patents.
Yeah, the patents, and then their little kerfuffle they had with Samsung over what they made versus what Samsung was making, what they had the rights to, and then it went to court, and the whole proceeding was a mess with lawyers coming in and just filing witness after witness after witness, and it got to the point where the judge was like, y'all acting cray-cray up in here.
Yeah.
Not a direct quote. Pretty close, pretty close. I don't remember what her quote was, but it was pretty colorful.
It'll be interesting to see how that whole thing plays out, because it'll be in the courts for a long time.
It'll continue to play out well into 2013. So here we go.
What else?
SOPA
PIPA.
Yeah, SOPA PIPA.
Also a big deal.
Also a big deal. A whole bunch of old guys in Congress who are afraid of the future and the free internet are like, shut it down. We don't want you to have free and clear internet. I don't understand it. And the internet was like, hey, shut up, old man. We're gonna, this is ours. This is our turf. So all these companies, all these internet companies rallied behind this whole cry. They blacked out their websites. Everyone just called their congressman and said, don't take away my internets. I need my cat videos.
Yeah, and at face value, it was a huge success. The internet was able to successfully sort of strike it down. I'm sure this is not the last we'll see of bills of this nature.
No, there are plenty of old men in Congress who don't understand the internet and what the future is.
Yes. Google Fiber also was a thing this year. It started in Kansas City. They were the first city that Google kind of granted this option of having fiber installations.
And you went there.
And I went there, yeah. I got to spent some time at the facility, got to test it out, and it was really, really fun, and it was really cool. It was super fast. Yeah, that's all. It was just, it was awesome.
Well, yeah, and on that point, Kansas City is not the biggest tourist attraction, or people aren't clamoring to move there, but
Kansas City's nice. Leave Kansas City alone.
All right, they've got good barbecue, but people who do live there are now renting out their houses to startup companies to use Google Fiber so they can be the next Google themselves.
It's a huge advantage for entrepreneurs, and I think it'll attract a lot of attention and energy there.
And the barbecue industry.
And the barbecue.
Yeah. So,
awesome.
Way to go.
So this next story you care a lot about.
I do.
Tell us what it is.
Well, Disney bought Lucasfilm for $4 billion. And, a whole bunch of nerds, myself included, the day this news was announced, were either screaming, hooray, or screaming, oh, this is the worst thing that they could possibly do. How dare you take this away from me? When in reality, if you think about it, over the past couple of years, Disney has purchased Marvel, the Muppets, and they've done amazing things. I was saying, all the people who are crying out about Lucasfilm selling to Disney were the same people who lined up for the Avengers in droves. And they're going to be the same people who line up in droves for this new trilogy of Star Wars films that Disney announced. And the best part is, George Lucas isn't going to be writing them anymore. Like, he's just going to be a consultant.
Right, and George Lucas himself also made a cool $4 billion off the deal, which all went to him because he's the sole owner of Lucasfilm. And he's
it's for his neck beard.
Yeah.
It all goes to his neck beard. Let's prove my dual lap.
He's given the money to his foundation, which is education focused, so good for you.
Way to go, George.
Feed that dual lap.
All right. Well, I think that just about does it.
Yeah.
Those were the most significant tech stories of the year, according to us two.
The two of us.
So if you have any thoughts about this, please leave them in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe for more tech stories in 2013. And we will see you soon.
Bye, y'all.
Probably later today.
Yeah.